To eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning and a happy Thursday to you. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this July 31st. We are at 6:01 this morning and it is time to take a check of our weather with meteorologist Megan Dusmal. Megan, excuse me, run us through. What is our Thursday looking like?
Yes, I can do that for you. This morning we do see a little bit of fog across the region, looking at that low visibility, especially for our western side of the viewing area. That will start to dissipate as the sun warms up the ground in the next couple of hours. Speaking of the sun, when we head into the main part of your day, not only are we going to see some of those hotter temperatures, but we are looking at chances for storms that will be picking up as we approach the afternoon and evening hours. This morning, though, nice and calm. Just seeing those clouds rolling on in. Now here's a look at those temperatures. 70 degrees this morning, and then we're still going to look at those 90s as we head into about 2 p.m. But that cold front will swing through, dropping our temperatures very quickly as we head overnight and into Friday afternoon. Here's a look at the next 12 hours. You can really see just how those temperatures drop as we're heading into the late evening hours, and we'll see about the upper 60s and low 70s as we start off tomorrow. High temperatures tomorrow looking to be in the upper 70s and low 80s. Amelia.
A Knott County man is dead after a lawnmower incident. Tuesday, Kentucky State Police received a call about the incident on Kentucky Highway South in the Kite area of Knott County. Troopers say 64-year-old Thomas Johnson lost control of his lawnmower, causing it to go over an embankment. The mower then overturned, resulting in Johnson being trapped underneath it. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Several eastern Kentucky communities are mourning the loss of a longtime educator, coach, and gym owner. Don Harden of Rowan County died this weekend from various health complications. He died just months after he and his wife moved into their new home. Alyssa Williams explains, and she spoke to his loved ones about his life and the legacy he leaves behind.
Through young gymnasts like his great-great-niece, Ellie Lester.
I remember that every time he walks in, I just start doing my skill, and once I finish my routine, I just run over and hug him.
To the baseball players he helped shape in the 80s, like Todd Pratt.
When people of great reverence pass away, they say he was a one in a million, but Don was one of one. I never knew anybody like him.
Those who knew Don Harden say he helped shape thousands of athletes throughout the Commonwealth and beyond.
To Don, there were no just friends. To Don, everybody was family.
His family and friends tell me he was an educator in Fleming County for more than 40 years. That's where he also coached football. They say he created the American Legion baseball program in the 60s and opened a gymnastics gym in the 90s. That's still up and running today.
He started that gym because all the boys had everything to do and the girls didn't. And he wanted the girls to have something.
He built Moritz City Park here mostly. He headed that up. He built another community park. And all of it was in service to youth and youth athletics.
Those who knew him say they find peace in knowing his name will continue to be said for many generations.
There's a lot of people that enjoy what they do. They enjoy the kids. They enjoy the coaching aspect of things. But the legacy can't be touched.
Don did things thinking about others. And I hope other people can take a lesson from that and strive to be more like that. It would make the world a much better place.
In Rowan County, Alyssa Williams, WKYT.
Don Harden's visitation will be Friday, August 8th from 5 to 8 at Northcutt Funeral Home. A second visitation will be taking place the following day from 11:30 to 1 at the Flemingsburg High School gym. His funeral will follow that second visitation. Well, the start of a new school year is just weeks away. In some cases, a matter of days. Parents who are school shopping this year may have to deal with inflation and tariff prices in order to check off those school lists. Joel Wolford, the president of the Kentucky Education Association, says the price of school supplies have increased 9% since the pandemic. On the business side, Steve McLean with the Kentucky Retail Federation says stores are working in advance.
Order ahead, trying to beat any tariffs that may affect the prices.
A Scott County woman who has 2 daughters in school compared school shopping to Christmas shopping, saying it's getting harder to afford. A Kentucky school district has issued a ban on some surprising items. Trigg County Schools is in southwestern Kentucky, and they've banned students from bringing certain water bottles and binders. Some parents were surprised to learn about this new rule, some guessing it was to keep alcohol out of schools. But officials have shared this is to keep kids from bringing weapons or drugs into schools inside something that's generally seen as harmless.
How easy would that be to get that firearm in a school?
I mean, you could have anything from weapons, you can have drugs, you might see at the younger ages even different toys and things.
All these school shootings and stuff like that, I understand why they're doing it.
Trigg County Schools have also banned binders that can be closed up with zippers for that same reason. Earlier this week, we told you when some schools in our area would be starting that new school year. And here are some more. Floyd County Schools will be back in session on August 13th. The Allergy County School District will start their new year on August 7th, and those in Martin County begin on August 6th. We're working on a full list of back-to-school dates, and you can find that up on our website, WYMT.com. After days of high heat indices, we're finally catching a break. But the drop in temperatures may be bringing more than just relief throughout the Commonwealth. Kentucky is just no stranger to allergies throughout the seasons, especially as the weather changes. Nurse practitioner Amanda Reed has specialized in allergies for about 7 years and says she notices when the shift occurs without having to look outside.
When the temperature drops, it will dry out the nasal passages, and you will see an increase in allergen sensitivity. A lot of them will feel stopped up, that kind of thing, and a lot of them will take, your steroid nasal sprays and different things like that.
Allergists say over-the-counter antihistamines are effective in improving symptoms, but if you notice those symptoms worsening, contact your doctor. A magnitude 8.8 earthquake put much of the world on edge last night. This appears to be the strongest earthquake anywhere in the world since 2011. While the earthquake originated in Russia, people across the Pacific face tsunami warnings. To get a sense of just how powerful this earthquake was, it even registered on seismographs here in Kentucky.
We operate very sensitive seismometers. So even though people in Kentucky would not have felt this earthquake, our sensors can do that because they're so sensitive.
The earthquake off the coast of Russia was the strongest earthquake since the 9.0 earthquake in Japan 14 years ago. Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell says the U.S. and its allies must continue to keep the pressure on Russia and its president, Vladimir Putin. Speaking at an event in Washington hosted by the McCain Institute yesterday, the former Senate GOP leader says Russia's invasion of Ukraine was a wake-up call about the threat Putin poses to the U.S. and its allies. He says he hopes President Donald Trump will look to past Republican examples like former President Ronald Reagan, look to achieve peace through strength.
The Reagan approach, the McCain approach, is the best way to avoid a conflict.
McConnell says he's encouraged by the president's recent statements and actions. The president, who has at times taken a softer stance on Putin, recently threatened new sanctions if Russia does not end its war in Ukraine. The National Transportation Safety Board began a 3-day investigation hearing on January's deadly mid-air collision between an Army Black Hawk helicopter and an American Airlines regional jet as it approached Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. NTSB Chair Jennifer Homendy addressed crash victims' loved ones attending Wednesday's hearing, saying the agency is doing all it can to find out what led to the air disaster. There were some tense moments as questions focused on the military helicopter's altitude and the busy airspace around Reagan National.
How much tolerance should we have for aviation safety whenever civilian lives are at risk?
Yes, sir. Safety is critically important.
No, I ask you, how much tolerance for safety should there be when civilian lives are at risk?
Sir, in terms of airspace separation, for how much separation should there be between aircraft that are using barometric altimeters?
No, you just told me, I believe, all of this equipment in this manufacturing process is within the tolerances for safety. How much is that tolerance? I think it should be 0.
67 people were killed aboard both aircraft, making it the deadliest U.S. aviation disaster in decades. The NTSB is examining several factors that may have led to the crash and may determine probable cause, but they won't assign blame. Any final accommodations on how to make aviation safer are likely at least months away. And we do have a recall alert for you this morning. High Noon has issued a voluntary recall on its vodka seltzers after some cases were mislabeled as Celsius energy drinks. The concern is consumers could accidentally ingest alcohol. The Food and Drug Administration said cases of High Noon's Beach Variety, shipped from July 21st to 23rd, contained cans of its vodka-based seltzers that were mislabeled. More information is available on the FDA's website.
And as you're heading out the store this morning, we're still seeing some fog across the region. Temperatures sitting in the low 70s. Here at WYMT Studios, we're looking at 70 degrees, and you can just see how dense that fog is. The rest of the region is still sitting in those 70s. You'll notice cooler temperatures as you travel into Virginia. 64 in Wise and 67 in Clintwood this afternoon. We will be seeing the low 90s, but it'll be a little bit earlier in the day as that cold front does swing through, dropping our temperatures overnight. And we do have some slight chances for some rain in the midday hours, and then storm chances build as we're heading into the afternoon and evening hours. Here's a look at your planner for the day. Again, looking at the upper 80s, low 90s as that high temperature, and warming up as we're heading throughout the day. Stay with us. More Mountain News is on the way.